As you all know, I am the biggest advocate and supporter of Jack Daniel's whiskey. Have been for 40 years of my life, if not longer. Here's the deal. You went woke. The company's been going and making badass whiskey for 150 years, since 1866, and out of nowhere, you went woke. So this is what I got for you guys. A mirror that has been in my every house I've owned. Every wooden sign that's been up in my pubs. Every Jack Daniel's glass that I've ever owned.
The fragility of these idiot conservatives that keep boycotting products they've enjoyed their whole lives because the company went, quote, woke. And so they destroy things that they own, that they spent their own, as you can clearly tell, very little money on. Very little money they had to spend on anything they are now throwing away. And this thing burned away in the most unimpressive group of flames you'll ever see. Lasted about 4 seconds before it flamed out, much like his point and his whole kind of approach to life. It seems, doesn't it?
Two of the world's most expensive Jack Daniels. $250 a bottle and $100 a bottle. Your woke ass company.
You boycott a whiskey you've enjoyed your entire life for over 40 years, you say, because they are now a woke-ass company. What are they doing that's so woke? They did an ad campaign with drag queens for Pride Month.
Oh my gosh, she looks so stunning in every single one of these. Dressed to the nines.
This is going to be the fiercest party Lynchburg has ever seen. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, sisters. Let's do a cocktail.
Let's do it. We should make a Jack Fire Cranberry.
They did it for Pride Month, supporting other kinds of people in this world. And literally the opinion of these bigoted idiots is you can't support humans as equals. That's what's making them turn their back on brands they enjoy, products they love. It's literally because the product says, we don't want to just be for tough masculine dudes. We want to be for everyone. And there's a bunch of idiots that see this and say, no man, we're tough dudes. You're gonna be for only us, or else it'll make us gay. That's what they think? Look, I could understand you boycotting Bud Light or Jack Daniels if their new ad slogan was, you drink Jack Daniels, you're gonna be a drag queen. Everyone who drinks Jack Daniels is a drag queen now by association. It'll turn you into a gay, transgender drag queen while you sleep. I could totally understand a masculine dude being like, I ain't drinking the beer or the whiskey that's gonna turn me into a gay, transgender drag queen, even though it's very rare to find the combination altogether, let alone could a, product turn you that. Well, you're saying, I don't want good people at companies of stuff I enjoy. I want groups in this country that already have it very hard to also feel like they can't drink certain drinks. I mean, what kind of a fragile, probably closeted idiot do you have to be made so uncomfortable, for your masculinity to be so sad, thinly veiled and fragile that you're afraid if the brand you like also supports other people who aren't quite like you, that you need to burn it or shoot at it like Kid Rock does.
Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch.
Ron DeSantis' lawyers were forced to define the term woke. Republicans love to talk about wokeness and for years have even declared war on wokeness. But what is wokeness? Well, Ron DeSantis' lawyers were forced to define the term woke in court after a state attorney who was suspended for being woke sued Ron DeSantis. Ready? The word woke, as defined by the lead lawyer in court, is the following: the belief there are systemic injustices in American society and the need to address them. Woke.
Before I continue, this reminds me of when Giuliani appeared in federal courts acting as Trump's lawyer in November of 2020, and the judge directly asked Giuliani if he was alleging voter fraud in court, and he responded, "No, Your Honor, we are not, but that it's a fraudulent process." They know. Back to wokeness. They know, like Ronnie knows, what woke means. And that's just one reason why I, a leftist progressive, don't like Governor Ron DeSantis. But to others, there are other reasons.
There is some unhappy MAGA Republicans out here today. I'm hopping out the Trump truck. You know, I got a lot of love right here for my boy DeSantis. I drove this around, supported him through midterms. But I see he got some donation money for some people who I don't really like. Lincoln Project, they're giving some money out. Seems like he's gonna make him a run for 2024. Until he comes out and endorses, so you come out and endorse my boy Trump, you're taking this off the truck, completely off the truck. I need you to come all the way out and endorse Donald Trump for president 2024. Like I said, I support you, one of the greatest governors ever. Great governor. A lot of people out here are hurt because you letting things happen. You're letting people talk about stuff we don't agree. And you need to go ahead and endorse Donald Trump for 2024 president, and you get your turn 2028, my boy. Mayor McAville.
Trump's nephew, but it's not really his nephew, and I agree, but we don't really agree. DeSantis has to go. We differ on the endorse Trump part, but this may point out that culture war stuffs might not be influential enough for his 2024 presidential election bid. Is DeSantis not attacking wokeness good enough for them? Even though DeSantis is currently trying to undermine the CDC and call into question COVID vaccines, it seems like the GOP, at large, doesn't care, or they don't notice. What with Trump and his NFTs? It's like there's room for Trump and others, just not room for Trump and DeSantis. They both want the same thing at the same time. I get it, but here's what I'm talking about. The Republican House Committee on the Judiciary tweeted Kanye, Elon, and Trump. Therefore, essentially saying Kanye, Elon, Trump, and Hitler. I mean, no matter if they deleted that tweet, them's the rules. I didn't make them up. But they didn't add DeSantis to that and have yet to do so. Why? Senator Bill Cassidy said President Trump hosting anti-Semites for dinner encourages other racist anti-Semites. These attitudes are immoral and should not be entertained. This is not the Republican Party. Well, it is, and it will prove to be when they promote 45 to be 47. Kevin McCarthy said the very first day of the new Republican-led Congress, we will read every single word of the Constitution aloud from the floor of the House, something that hasn't been done in years. Meanwhile, Trump wants to suspend the Constitution so he can be reinstated to a job that requires him to uphold the Constitution. Trump would rather watch the Republican Party burn to the ground than watch someone else become the Republican presidential nominee. Governor Ron DeSantis doesn't believe there are systemic injustices to address in the U.S. DeSantis would rather say Florida is where woke goes to die than to acknowledge the unquestionably accurate belief about being woke and systemic injustice. So they're very similar, DeSantis and Trump. But we knew that.